Tour de Fleece is an event where spinners across the globe spin yarn in concurrence with the Tour de France. I hope you'll join me in my adventure with the Tour de Fleece as I try to spin through as much of my fiber stash as possible. Good morning, ladies. A special little leafy and bready breakfast. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a woodpecker in the distance. I love the birds up here. I hope that picked up. My sister's ducks. Hello, today is July 11th and it is, I can't even remember the stage. I think yesterday was stage 9 of the Tour de France. It is day 11 of the Tour de Fleece. And it has been a whirlwind weekend. Julie and I started our main yarn cruise yarning adventure, which we are trying to complete in 5 days. We've got 2 days under our belt, and we have been able to go to and get our stamps for 8 shops. 8 shops so far. So there's 22 shops altogether. So Julie is out of town for a few days, so we will resume our main yarn cruise adventures on Thursday and hopefully finish it out Friday and Saturday. And there's one shop that we'll have to pick up probably the following weekend, but the majority of them we're going to have done in just 5 days. So I did not do much spinning at all, to be honest with you, on Saturday or Sunday. And I did not watch the races. We were literally on the road all day long. I did catch about half of the race from Saturday. And I can't tell you a lot about it because it was in the middle of the race and the grandbabies were here and I was kind of watching out of the corner of my ear and didn't hear much. So I am going to finish watching that tonight. Or at the very least catch the highlight reels and hopefully have a little more insight as to how the race is progressing at this point. But yeah, it's been crazy. I did get some plying done today. I plied the cherry blossom, the merino, and the viscose tweed, and it turned out so lovely. I am so pleased with it. The twist is nice and tight. Yeah, it's just so pretty. And it's fairly consistent. I think the only inconsistencies were at the very beginning of the plying, because at the beginning of every one of my spins, the thickness of the yarn is kind of wonky because I'm trying to figure out where it's going. But I really am very pleased with it. It still has to be washed and thwacked and all that and dried, but it is plied. The next one that I plied was the Dr. Seuss Neon Merino. And I plied the one that I had done the spin from the fold. And this is how it turned out. It's very pretty. I'm quite pleased with it. And then this is the one that I had stripped all the colors and spun the different colors and then plied them together. And it also turned out quite lovely. There were a few spots where it was a little overspun. The singles were a little overspun, so I got some funny, which I tried to fix on the fly, but didn't always work. But what I found really interesting about the difference in the two of these is not only this one I think is just a little bit more consistent than this one as far as thickness goes, but also even though this one is the colors got a little muddied because you have several colors that kind of go into each strand and then plied together. So there's some areas where it's a little bit muddy looking, but it's a beautiful mud. And then this one is just really fun and circusy. Oops, some of my own fiber in there. This one is just kind of fun and circusy and rainbowy, and I think they are both just brilliant. There's not a whole lot of difference between the two of them, but yet there is, if that makes any sense. I don't know, but they turned out really neat. So I think Dylan's gonna love them. I'm going to find, first I need to wash and thwack these as well, and then I will put them on the meter to measure the meterage or the yardage, and then I'll find out how many wraps per inch it is, and then I'll be able to go out and find a pattern for a hat and mitten set for Miss Dillon. So that is exciting. Those are done. I also got the other, I had 1.3 ounces of this that I am going to spin to get, or ply together with another yarn called Tea and Crumpets, or fiber called Tea and Crumpets. This, its sister with the Tea and Crumpets, and then a Tea and Crumpet skein itself are all going to go into an Odyssey shawl if I have enough yardage. So I also have to put this on the yardage meterage counter and see how many meters yardage I have there. The only thing I did not get plied was the kind of pastel-y purple and the kind of purpley pink. So these are going to be plied, this is going to be plied together, and this is going to be plied together for an entrelock clutch. So I'm hoping to get those plied. I am plying on the Louette S17. I'm trying to stay away from using up the bobbins, although these bobbins are the eel wheel. I need to clear those off, and then I will use just the Louette until a week from Wednesday, when I have a procedure done on my knee and I won't be able to treadle for a couple of days, and I'll just use the eel wheel exclusively. So that's the plan. I think next on the wheel will be the Tea and Crumpets. Let me get that and show you. Next on the wheel will be the Tea and Crumpets that's going to be plied with the Cherry Blossom tweed, and then its sister, the 2.66 ounces of Cherry Blossom. No, 2.66 ounces of Tea and Crumpets. My next spin is going to be the Cheviot undyed. I have another bag here. So this is a smaller amount. It is 1/4 of the full Cheviot fiber I had. I dyed one thing of fiber. I'm going to spin this and dye this, similar to this, but it's going to be dyed after the spin so I can compare the two. So after Tea and Crumpets, I'm going to spin this, then I'm going to spin this so I can compare them. Then I will spin this, and this one I'm going to dye after it's spun. I'm going to dye it similar to this. Then I'm going to put very tight ties in little sections of the yarn and over dye it in black. Once it is dried, then you take the ties off, and hopefully where the ties were, the colors will pop through, and it will kind of be like a celestially looking yarn. So we'll see. That's the plan for the next week. Again, I have Maine Yarn Cruise, Yarny Adventures Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'm not sure how much I'll get done, but I will try to be more diligent about getting some footage for you guys. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll include some little splashes of some of the events and things that we did while we went on the Maine Yarn Cruise. If you enjoy those little tidbits, watch out for the Maine Yarn Cruise video, where I'll include all of the footage from the entire Maine Yarn Cruise in one big video once we have completed our part of the cruise. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this, and I will see you soon. Take care.